We had a late but powerful start to the severe weather season in Wisconsin.
We could hear it crashing down around us upstairs.
The southern part of the state cleaning up from multiple tornadoes that seriously damaged parts of Platteville, Verona, and our state capital. Good evening to you, and thanks for joining us. New this evening, the National Weather Service now says 6 tornadoes touched down in the state.
They all had different strengths, but each one managed to cause damage to homes, schools, and businesses all across the southern part of the state. Now, the hardest hit areas were here in Platteville, Verona, and the west side of Madison. 2 of the tornadoes touched down in Platteville. That's also where 5 people were injured. Residents there and Governor Walker walked through the damage today.
This is my house without its roof and all of the windows.
Mitchell Ivanov lives here with his wife and 4 children. Last night, he says, they didn't really see the storm coming until it was already upon them.
There were no sirens, there was no warning. I was watching the lightning through the window and I saw something ugly coming.
The family didn't even have time to run to shelter.
Me and my wife were on our bed and I heard it coming. It sounded like a freight train. So I threw a blanket over us, and when the glass stopped falling, we hopped out of the bed, went upstairs, grabbed the kids, got them down into the basement.
Tuesday afternoon, the air is peppered by the sound of chainsaws on his street. Debris lies everywhere, and the damage is so bad that Governor Walker stops by to see it for himself.
The duplex just on the other side of the house behind me is completely gone, flattened entirely. That's where at least one of the individuals who was severely hurt was at. The rest of the folks here, bumps and bruises. A lot of folks more than anything now are just trying to figure out what's next.
That includes Ivanov and his family, who today were figuring out where they were going to stay for the immediate future.
I could care less about the house and anything in it as long as my family's safe and not hurt. I can get another house, I can buy a new guitar, I can get another bow. I can't get another wife, I can't get more kids.
Also in Platteville, the storms damaged the UW campus enough to shut it down for the day. Campus officials said 4 buildings had substantial damage. Only essential employees were asked to report for work. Now, the strongest of the 3 tornadoes was in Verona. Winds there tore roofs from houses and even blew down part of a school. Take a look at the video. A wall partially collapsed on Country View Elementary School, and at least 19 homes can no longer be lived in. Another 150 homes have minor damage. Now, just up the road from Verona in Madison, there was even more damage. High winds severely damaging at least 16 homes on the city's southwest and near east side. Despite all of this destruction, there were no reports of serious injury.
The reports of damage were widespread, as we've just seen. Meteorologist Phil DeCastro joins us now with more details on all those storms and twisters last night.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. We certainly did get off to a fast start now that we've seen the first several tornadoes now throughout the state of Wisconsin. Plenty of damage with these, and there have been a lot of storm reports as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. Now, it looks like there were 6 tornadoes total. That's as of the most recent assessments from the National Weather Service offices. Now, again, we escaped the brunt of it. There were no severe weather reports in northeast Wisconsin, despite the fact that there were a couple of warnings that ended up being issued. Again, there were a couple in Platteville, but they only came in as strong wind reports initially. The Weather Service then went out there, surveyed them, found out that there were actually 2 tornadoes out there, an EF2 and an EF1. And then there were the 2 tornado reports near Blanchardville. Those were both weak EF1s to damage mostly to rural areas, and the 2 stronger tornadoes in Verona and Madison. The Verona one ended up being rated an EF3, the one in Madison an EF2. Those 2 were more powerful and actually resulted the same circulation that kicked up the 2 smaller ones in Blanchardville. And already we've got a couple storms that are starting to pop their way on up across the state. Could see some more strong storms tonight. We're going to get that full forecast coming up in a few minutes.
And remember, you can sign up to get text alerts when severe weather strikes. Just go to fox11online.com, mouse over weather, and then click on the SMS weather alerts. You can select the counties that you're interested in getting the details on.